now. So first one I've done for a week actually. Been away at conference this week in the a water conference actually about the water sector. That's one of the sectors that I work in, help them make better investment decisions. So I've been away actually a little bit this week doing that. But today I thought I'd do a stream where I'm going to be looking at the Alliance events, with Alliance tournaments. So been playing around with it, learned which are the best ones to do free to play, which ones how to roll out the tasks, and how to get a decent score to contribute for your alliance, but also get reasonable points and rewards to be able to spend in the store. So looking at that, I've also upgraded my infographics sheet, added a few more on there. So there's a few things that I kind of looked at and added some extra information there, particularly around Q hostiles and how to zero energy or kinetic damage if you've got Fleet Commander Janeway. It's not easy to do, but you can do it. So I'll show you the theory behind that and how it works. I can't do it myself because I've not got Janeway, so one day I'm going to buy it and test out my theory. But I've been told that it works, and that's a way to completely kill all the Q hostiles. So that's what we're going to be looking at today. Just get into the game now. Just let a few people know that I've gone live, and then we'll crack on. In fact, I need to set up my phone. 1 second. Oh god, I'm battery on this. So manage. Keep an eye on that. I'll try and get that connected actually in a bit. Put that there for now. See. So again, if you want to put something to the chat, feel free to do so. I'll keep an eye on that one. Let people know. Just put that onto Discord as well. Put a note on. Maybe on this one. Type properly. On our chat. No. Right. Okay. In fact, I'll put it onto here as well. No dread, I'm not getting naked. It's not that type of stream. Right, okay, cool. So I'll start off on my thing because I've upgraded some of this. I'm going to create a version 2 of this infographics. It's called 1.1 on this, but I've added quite a bit more stuff to it actually. So start off around Alliance tournaments, just to give some basics on how it works and what the principles are around it, and how we can do it. So it's kind of a league system. So before we actually started this next Alliance this current Alliance tournament, there was like a qualifier. You just had like load of alliances in, and you had to finish in top 100 to get into the Master League. If you didn't finish in top 100, then you ended up in Expert League. I don't know what that was, what the boundary was for that. I think maybe a bit lower, you end up in Adept League, a bit lower Apprentice, a bit lower Novice League. So it kind of makes sense, depending on how mature the servers are. then, or how good or strong that your alliance is, or how active it is, you kind of got graded. And I guess the principle is that, like, if you're not in the Master League to start off with, then you can have a chance to get promoted into the higher league. So I don't really know, because we're in the Master League. I don't know what you need to finish to get promoted, whether it's top 5 or top 10. All I know is from our Master League, if you're below 18th place, then it tells you get relegated. So this was like a little screenshot I did to say, when you're going to get relegated. But I'm assuming if you're in one of these other leagues, maybe top 5 or top 10 or something, get promoted. And as far as I can see, the higher the league that you're in, whenever you complete a task, you get more credits. This is like the credits you get for your league position, actually, at the bottom right. But like when I come on and show you the tasks, the higher league that you're in, the more credits that you get. And them credits can be used in this Alliance tournament store. And we'll have a look through that tournament store, see what we think's best or not best in terms of best place to use your points. And now I'm not sure whether some of these store rewards are only open the higher league that you're in. So I'm guessing they're going to try and have an incentive to be in the highest league possible, which makes sense. Or whether you just get more event store loot for being in a higher league when you complete your tasks, so therefore you can get more loot in the store, more stuff in the store. I'm not sure. I've not seen that. I just maybe it's both. Maybe there's like a league requirement on the store items, and you get more store loot the higher league you're in. But that's the principle anyway of the Alliance tournament. And for what I can see, there's about like 20 to 25 teams per league. So I thought at first that everybody who qualified for the Master League would be in the Master League. I mean, so there'd be like 100 teams in it, and you'd, get placed up and down the league. But it looks like each of these leagues have got different instances. So there's maybe like 5 instances of the Master League, because there's only 22 alliances in this Master League that we're in. And I'm wondering, I mean, it can't be. I mean, like, you can't not have scored a point. Well, let's have a look, actually, to see how many there is right now. Not that one. Let's have a look to see how many there is. Alliance leaderboard. Yes, 23. So has it gone up 1? Yeah, so there's 1 more compared to when I took the screenshot. So you can see that, like, I just wonder whether it's 25 and 2 alliances have not got any points. But how have they qualified for the Master League if now when it's live they've got no points? It seems strange. 23 seems a weird number of participants to me. Feels like groups of 25 would be more appropriate in terms of like the number of people in each of the leagues. I don't know, but either way, you can see the principle. Now, because we're in the top league, there's no like here where you can see it says relegating. I'm assuming in a lower league you might have like a little line that says promoting, and if you finish like top of your group, then you will you'll move up into the next league. But you can see here right now these alliances down at the bottom, we're clearly not getting into it much, particularly this Rising Fleet one. Then they're just going to get relegated down into the next league. And then the higher up in the league that you come, you get more tournament credits. And the top 3, you get a fancy frame and a fancy avatar. And a really fancy frame and avatar if you actually win it. But we're not going to do that because this particular alliance in the Master League seems to be storming it. So we're not doing too bad. Look, we're 6th in the Master League. So given the silent scale of where we are, it's pretty decent. We're the 3rd biggest alliance in our server. So not too bad effort. But yeah, but the higher up you go, the more of these tournament credits you get. And then tournament credits get spent in the store, which is here. You can see I've got 11.7k. And there's all sorts in here to choose from. So we'll work our way through each of these, and we'll have a look to see what we think's worth spending on or not, and where I may or may not spend my particular points. So that's the principles of it. Go back to this. Missed anything on there? No. So I've added them principles on now to doing it. So how do you actually get more loot for the store, and what's the best way to be able to contribute points to your alliance? And it's not changed dramatically since last time. They have added more tasks, and they've added more like ranges of tasks between, like easy, medium, and hard ones. So there's different varieties of tasks. But ultimately, it's still always coming down to doing the same tactics, which is very, very RNG, i.e. random, as to whether you're going to be able to get the ones that you want or not. So what we're aiming for is to get the 10,000 point ones that we can do free to play. So they're the ones that we want, and some we can complete free to play, and some are just ridiculous, like acquire 34,000 premium artifact tokens. So they're ones that we don't want, and the ones that we do want are the ones where we can click a couple of buttons or use some of the resources that we've saved up to be able to complete it. And we're not always going to be able to complete the 10k ones. Sometimes we'll because of the refresh rate, the cooldown on stuff like the Dominion directives and the Borg solo directives, once you've used them once, you've got to wait for the cooldown before you can use them again. So they're the really good ones to do, but you can only use them every now and again. But the all others, like Spend X Borg, and I'll go on to some of the best ones that you can actually do. But I highly doubt you're going to be able to get free 10Ks every day. So that's the other thing to know, is that each day, each 24-hour period, you get free attempts. You get to do free tasks. So once you've done your free tasks, or if you mess one up and you only do 2, then once you've had 3 attempts at it, then you got to wait 24 hours. And apparently this is running for 5 days. So some people are enjoying it. I quite like it-ish. It gets people onto the game and talking and running armadas and, saying, oh, this task is available, etc. So it's promoting people to play the game, which I like. But it's just this RNG, which I'll talk about, reroll feature. It's really dull, and you either drop really lucky, or you run out of your rerolls, and then you've just got to, do some of the rubbish lower point ones that gets you no loot, but at least contribute something towards the alliance score. So there's not much in it for me in terms of, actually, it's not as good as I was hoping it would be. What we're hoping there were a lot more tasks that were run group or lots of group armadas, which there is a few of them, but there's not a lot. You got to keep re-rolling for them. Or a lot more grind tasks, like go and kill, 500 level 60 hostiles, and you get 10k points. Or, go and, get 2 billion Klingon reputation. So then I'll go to the mirror space and I'll use, some of the new trader hostiles to be able to do that, and I'll grind a bit of reputation while getting my alliance 10k points. It's still, 70-80% of the time, probably 90% of the time, the RNG just giving you pay to win ones where you've got to spend money. So it's got a bit better, but it's still a bit. So the principle is that the way you do this is when I'll show you in the interface soon, you'll see this button here, and you get a load of these every 24 hours, and each time you complete a task, you get more of these rerolls. So what I do, and I'm trying to get people to do, is that any 10k, or maybe like 8 and 4k, if you want to, tasks that are quite clearly can only be completed by buying a pack, then re-roll them. And keep re-rolling until something comes in that you know you can complete as free to play. Now, the thing to note about this is that if you take out a 10k, it tends to put a 10k one in. If you take out an 8k one, it tends to put an 8k one in. If you take out a 4k one, it'll put like a 3k one in. It's not always exactly the same, but the ones that you take out, it tends to put back in again. But there's also a lag. The lag can be anywhere from like sometimes as low as 10 seconds, but sometimes as high as a minute, and you just sat there waiting for the screen to refresh, waiting for the new one to come in. And I often like go back to the Galaxy screen and go back in hoping it'll trigger a refresh so I can actually see it. But that's the principle of this. You come to your task list, you look at the ones that are clearly pay to win, you roll them out, and you wait until one drops in. So in this case, there's an Epic Dominion one here, which is a free-to-play one, which I'll show you in a minute, and you're like, okay, great, I've rolled that one in, fantastic. But once you've done that one, you'd be then looking at, okay, I've got to roll these next two out, because you've got to buy a £100 pack to complete them. Now, maybe you are looking to buy a pack, and by luck, you can get that 10k one, and you might as well collect it, but I don't know. I'm not advocating buying premium artifact token packs to complete one task in an alliance tournament. So the only way you would ever do the pay to win ones, the pay pack ones, is if just by an absolute luck you were planning to buy a pack at the same time. So the only thing to know on these as well is that when you refresh this, it refreshes for everybody. So there's not one on here, but let's say, for example, there's a 8k spend G6 materials. Now for you, maybe you're in mid-50s or something, you think, well, I can't do that, I'll just get rid of it. Just be careful, because there may be a G6 player that actually we're going to upgrade a ship port, or we're going to do something on a building, or we're going to spend some G6 materials. So it's always worth just asking on your chat to say, oh, there's a G6 spend event or a G6 acquire task that's on the Alliance tournament task list. And I tend to just don't bother rolling them out, even if there's no G6 on, because someone might come on and say, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I can complete that. And you've rolled it out and cost them a possible 8 to 10k points. So yeah, just be careful on them ones, but some are just quite clearly the ones you want to be rolling out. Now on Talking Trek on the Discord, there is a link, and I'll put it in this pack actually, so people have got access to it, where there's a list of every task and every free to play way to do it and which packs you need to buy. So it's a really great resource, and we'll put a link onto that. But I've just, in these infographics, I like to try and distill it down to just like one page, just to try and get the absolute key points to help people on. So you can just like look at the one page and say, okay, these are the things I need to do. And then if you want like extra level of depth and detail, then there's like online Excel spreadsheets with all the level of depth and detail to look at. So it would be worth having a look at them. Okay, so which are the ones do you want to do? So these are the ones that I find are absolutely the best ones to try and target. And I've got a few honourable mentions as well. Now, a few things to note here. Like I've mentioned before, we're in the Master League. So that means these rewards for a 10k task, where we get like 4,400 credits to spend in the store, I believe that's lower if you're in a lower league. But still, it's the same principle, even if you get less credits. and by doing the 10k point ones, you're going to get your alliance promoted. So then you will end up in the top division, so you can get these credits. So you can see there, the alliance tournament points is 10k. This is the amount of credit you can spend in the store, and you can see there that you're getting more refreshers. So you get 12 more refreshers if I complete a 10k one. So they're all worth trying to roll and keep doing that re-roll technique that I mentioned to be able to do it, because the 10k ones are the ones you want. So which are the best ones to do? Well, they acquire 500 epic Dominion solo Armada directives. When that comes out, hopefully going into the Alliance tournament, you've still got that on not on a cooldown, and you go in the Bajoran faction store, and then basically the way that you get epic Dominion solo directives is by refining rare loot exchange. So you do, I think it's just a double. If you do a treble, I think it gets you 750. But just check. But it's either a double or a treble, and it's just a button click. And if you've not got enough to be able to do your rare loot exchange, then just go and run some solo armadas. It won't take you long to be able to then do your double on that rare loot, and that'll instantly net you 10k for them ones. So, but once you've done that, you're not going to be able to do that again until that cooldown comes off. So if you're re-rolling and you see that come up, get into Alliance chat and say to your friends, the acquire epic Dominion solos up. Someone grab it quickly and get us 10k points. So again, this is quite a good way to make it so you're talking to your alliance and coordinating a bit. So that I do like about the alliance events, but I don't like this reroll mechanic. I just think it's quite tedious and boring. But anyway, so that's an absolute cracker to get. And I'll jump to the right hand side where you've got to acquire 500 epic Borg solo or more directives. Exact same principle. I think it's like a 3-day cooldown or something on it. But if you've gone into it, then you're going to be able to get every 3 days in the rare solo exchange. Do a double again. I think it's 250 per pull. So if you do at least a double, or you can just do a treble like I always do on them anyway, then you'll be able to complete that one. And again, if that comes up, but you're on cooldown, then let your alliance members know and tell them to get in and run that particular one. So I would say they're the two best ones to do. But once you've done them, you might find that you're on day 2 or day 3, and you're like, well, I can't do them anymore because they're on cooldown. So what other ones can I possibly do? So there is some way you get to spend FKR or more directives. If you're like me, you've probably got loads of these. And these do come in different point targets, so you can get up to 10k points. So this is actually a 10k point one by spending 3,000 epic FKR. So, but the 500 a go, so you're looking at running 6 to get your 10k points. So it is quite a lot, but if you're going to spend your epic directives and get some loot in, then you might as well get something for it. The only thing to note about these is that you only get 600 store loot and not 4,400. So if you're more bothered about contributing best you can toward your alliance, then the good ones to do. If you're more bothered about just getting the loot, spending the store, then they're certainly not as good as the other two that I mentioned, and maybe some other 10k task ones that you can get as well. So that's just something to be wary about. Okay, and then there's another one that I really like is spending export credits, and these come in like uncommon, rare, and epic, and different amounts. Yeah, so like there's multiple variants of where it's the rarity of them and the amount. It may even go up to 10k points, but I've only seen them go up to 8k points. But for me, these are easy ones for me to do because there's so many ways to collect export credits in the game that I personally build up a big stack and store of these. I've actually been saving them for quite a while to be able to to be able to run, to open an event to come out like an SLB, but I don't think they ever will be. So you can either use these. Well, there's a load of different places you can use them on, like Shipped. You can use them on Research. You can use them on favors. So I'll just give you a little screenshot down here on the favors, how you can, use them for different types of favors depending on what type of task they are. And you can get 4 to maybe 10k, definitely up to 8k. I'd have to have a look on the spreadsheet to see if they'd go up to 10k. I don't think they do. I think they only go up to 8k. But the good ways to tick over good points. We're not talking 150, 250, 500 points. They're all with lots of thousands of points that you're contributing towards your alliance. So I think these ones are really good ones. Now, I've not actually got these to spawn yet, so I'm not going to any screenshots of them. But if you see complete solo Dominion orders and complete solo Borg orders, I don't think they go up to 10k, but maybe they do. But like these should be really, you should have lots of directives to be able to run them. So again, these would be great free-to-play ones to run. So if you see them two come up, I've added them into the honourable mentions to be able to do. And once I actually see them ones, I've never seen them because that should be quite easy to do. Then yeah, maybe think about them ones to be able to do. And there's a couple of others. You got to acquire these Xborg credits. Now we know we can use the NX01 refinery to get them. So just have a look to see. Well, could I use my opportunity chips, etc., to be able to complete that? Maybe you can get an easy 4, 6, 8,000 points on them ones, and then the proto matter ones, which people are raving a bit about. So if you got load of starts on Q trials, you can acquire proto matter by just running load the Q trials. But I don't know. That's down the list for me and on stuff I'd want to do. You can actually get proto matter from other favors and stuff. So I think you can get about halfway there for the top ones on this, and then just complete it off using Q trials. And I know quite a few people have mentioned that to be able to do it. So it's a definite free to play way of achieving that. So these are the ones that I predominantly seen that I think you can complete. And if everybody does 3 a day, maybe 1 10k, 1 or 2 10ks, maybe 1 8k and 1 4k, if everybody in your alliance did that, you're probably going to win your league. But you'll see that, like, even in our alliance, we're like, a few people are doing that, not many are, and therefore we're not going to win the league, but we're still got enough of the people doing it to get a really solid place in the top league. So I'm quite proud of the effort that everybody is doing towards doing that. But again, if everybody had this information on how to re-roll, which ones to look out for, at telling your alliance members which ones to look out for, telling your alliance members when they do appear and you can't do them, then I think the overall scores would go up and everybody would do a lot better. So it's quite a frustrating system. So I wanted to share my views on how that's actually done. And as you can see here, like if you look at my league, so I made a few mistakes on this. If you look at the members, look, I'm 8th. I've got 43,000 points. I've saved a few attempts to to go now, so I'll do a few attempts here. But you can see some people have done really good and got really good points. And we got 85 members and 56 have contributed, and some people are like, but I mean, some of these are a lot lower level, so it's a lot harder for them to do some of the 10k points what I've done. So I've got no, and at least they're contributing something. But the more information I could possibly get out to these people, about how to do this, and if we can turn these 2,000-3,000 scores into 50,000-60,000 scores, you get 10 more people doing that. Then all of a sudden we're up in second place and pushing for first place. So that's the principle about it, and I actually think the rewards are pretty good. So if we go to the store, if we have a look through what we can actually get out of this, so there's quite a gaggle of officers. We'll maybe look at them first and have a look at the ones that I would do on or not do. But there's like officers, there's techs, artifacts, the prime particles, which are pretty good depending on which one you've got or not got, and then like the directives, which probably I wouldn't go for. But if we have a look at the officers, so you got Tom, you get 8 per pull, so I've got like 11,000. So I could get quite a lot of Tom Paris's things here. So like, let's call it 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So I got maybe 6 pulls. So that's quite a lot of officers, like 40 odd plus Parises if I wanted to. I'm not going to do that, but Tom's pretty good below decks because he gets your extra mitigation against against hostile armadas, and he's probably a bit of a against really tough armadas. I do like really tough hostiles. He's always a good one to put in there when you need more of a defensive outfit. So that's a decent officer to get. You've got Una in there, as we showed last time. She's actually in the Meta speed crew, so a lot of people like Una. 880 for 2, so I could probably get her tiered up if once I've finished. Probably spend on that if I wanted to. So Una's a good one for speed. You've got Dr. Turner, who probably best used in PvP below decks to get 50% isolated defense, but it's only for 1 round. I don't know if that's every round though. On round start against a player, yeah. So maybe that applies every round. I'm not too sure actually on that. But I do tend to stick Turner below ground. I don't even know if that's how you pronounce it, because I actually think that isolated defense is becoming increasingly more important. So again, not a bad officer. Then you've got your 3 alternative strike teams. You got Shax for to put onto your Explorer. You've got Billups to put onto your. See, look, it keeps refreshing. It's annoying. You got Billups to put onto your battleships, and you got Ransom to put onto your Interceptor. And in essence, what you can do with them 3, you kind of take out one of the synergies of the strike teams and stick them alongside them, and it kind of acts as an ability to be able to activate your extra ISO damage. I've gone that wrong way around on that. So Shax is battleships, Billups is Interceptor, and Ransom's Explorer. That makes more sense. Sorry about that. I was looking at the below decks where you can get extra ISO defense. So they're quite good. Like, you got the picks, which I think are the biggest disappointment ever in terms of crews. They just got totally. They're supposed to be, PvP officers, but nobody uses them. I mean, 9. They do increase damage by a bit, but this increased weapon damage is just so small now compared to what you're giving up for it. I mean, like, you're not going to give up ISO damage, extra crit chance, extra crit damage for 9% extra regular damage that's probably just going to get mitigated anyway. So I think these were a real shame in terms of the viability of them as officers. Maybe they're like on your 3rd best PvP crew. So not for me, them ones. Freeman, so I think's excellent. So, I use Freeman, Lorca, and Worf, HG Worf. So that's good to have there. But the thing is about Freeman, you can get her on by doing waves and getting the points. Why is this screen just jumping about? Honestly, this is the bug. It's like it's what it's doing. It's refreshing all the time, but it doesn't need to refresh the store. It's not changing. It needs to refresh the alliance tasks, but it does not need to refresh the store. So they just need to take off like the refresh timer on the store. Just seems stupid. And then you got Entpick and E-Riker, which is good. So E-Riker really good in terms of speed cruise, and also good for extra crit chance. So I use E-Riker a lot, and then E-Pick is part of your meta loot crew. So again, another really good officer. So I mean, you're not going to be able to get low the tiers, but it all helps, doesn't it, to contribute towards it. So I think the officers in there are quite good, apart from these lot, the pit crews. And then I'm not going to go through all these, but I'll pick a few things out not to do. I mean, why you'd want to use them on uncommon Borgs, solo or modern directives. 2060 to get 60. So, I wouldn't personally do any of the directives, any of them, whether the Dominion, solos, regulars. I mean, the rares did directives 2000. I don't know how much that takes to start one though. But even then, I won't. And I wouldn't get any of the export credits because there's such a massive amount of different ways you can get them. So I think it's just a waste of time and money and resources to get your export credits. So I would ignore all directives, all export credits. I wouldn't do Rodinian particles because you can get them from a decent amount as well. So that kind of leaves you with forbidden texts, artifacts, and officers, and the prime particles. Now, the prime particles are. Now, there is something in that spreadsheet that tells you what you can get for each of these prime particles. In fact, apart from this, in fact, let's go through them because it actually tells you. This used to unlock powerful prime research programs that Omega particles. That's actually for crit damage. So I would definitely do that, but I've already got that. So look at this screen jumping about. And then you've got prime junking speed. No, I'm not going to do that. And what else did it, or what did it say? Or G3 to G5 prime research efficiency. Not going to do that. So that's a no for me. That one would have been a yes, but I've already got it. This unlocks shield health boost and delta spike. So the shield health boost is decent. Maybe go for that, but not sure yet, depending on what we've got left. This is prime weapon damage. Now, from what I've gathered as well, I think when it says available 5, it looks like you need 2 alliance tournaments to complete it. Because I think you need 1,000. So for each of these, I actually think you need 2 full available amounts. So you'd never just be able to unlock it in this one go. You need to do the same again in the next alliance tournament. But extra weapon damage, if you've not already got it, maybe, but I don't think it's particularly great. PvP damage prime, you can get that free. I'm sure you can get that free elsewhere because I got that for free, that one, elsewhere. Syndicate prime could be decent because extra syndicates and getting through them levels are pretty good, but I probably won't do that, but like I'm not saying it's bad. Shipports prime, always good, makes it cheaper to upgrade your ship, so that one seems okay to me. It's a possibility. And Swarm Prime, which is an absolute no. I don't particularly need that one. In fact, I might have it already. I think I might have got it free, or maybe I bought it in a moment of madness when I were drunk. I can't quite remember when that whole Swarm thing came out. So I think there's a few there. The critical damage one, absolutely, if you've not got it already. The shield boost one seems okay to me. If I think it's like 300-400% extra, which is not too bad. I'm not too sure about the weapon prime one. PvP damage, I'm sure you can get for free elsewhere. So the ship port one's really good if you've not got it already. So extra you know, being able to upgrade his ships is really important. So I think that one's quite a decent one. So primes are hard to get and they're worth £100. So they are worth maybe spending on them. And then we've got the forbidden text and the artifacts, and I must admit I've not looked through them yet. So first, the ones I do like are these two: McCoy's Hypo Spray, which gets you extra hull health. Yeah, so these ones that get you extra hull health. So this is hull health for battleships. This is hull health for explorers, and this is hull health for interceptors. And you get 39 for each thing that you go on. So if I go to my tech, where's my tech? It's in here. The rear look. So they're about level 7, but you're getting 34. So you know, I would absolutely be able to get this leveled up, and it goes up reasonably quick. So like we get 520, 585, 650, 715, 780. So that's quite a lot of hull health. So I do quite like them ones. I think I spent on them last time. So I'm tempted to do the interceptor ones because I'm prepping for my G6 Epic on Klingon side. So which I think is what's that, the quark scanner. So maybe I could get like another 2 levels on that, which would be worth 130% hull. Maybe even 4 levels, which could get me an extra, yeah, nearly 200% hull. So I do like them. Others may disagree and think, well, there's loads of extra hull and loads of extra shield everywhere, but I'm a big believer in marginal gains, so I do quite like the thought of that one. We'll go back to this in here. So I like them ones. Like them ones a lot. These three, I think they're a good addition. Then I like the fact that you get 39 per click, so that's quite a lot. I mean, diplomacy tokens, just like, give me a break. Absolutely not. Now these give you base energy damage and base kinetic damage, and maybe opening them up. Let's have a look what the first level is on them. Could maybe opening just them up. These ones, what do you get? So you get to 70%. So, you know, getting the first level of them could be worth it, just to unlock them. But it's not even increased damage, is it? It's just increasing kinetic or increased energy. So it's not going to work for all your ships and all your guns. So maybe not brilliant, but still not too bad. At least there's a way to now increase that and speed it up. This Breen Dampener, what does this give? Active venom rewards. Critical damage against... No, so I'm not interested in this because I don't even use my Mantis. I just use my Talios to kill stuff, so that's an absolute no. Efficiency of Paul Steel, Triton. So, no, I mean, I'm not that bothered about that one, but it's decent. And that's for ship components, so that's for buildings and that's for ship components. But I just get a feeling that by the time you get to a certain level, I'm not bottlenecked anymore on Paul Steel, Trit, and dilithium. But maybe when I get to level 60, I might be, and I slam a load into my ships. So maybe it would pay better then. And then you got these, which look okay. I do like the. Yeah, I mean, getting these also get you the tier up crystals as well, so you get more catalyst if you unlock these. So these, you could maybe unlock all 3 of these, which will increase your. If you go to your refinery, I mean, this is a good point. They could be good ones to get, because if I go to my. Oh my god, where is it? Artifacts. You can see here you would unlock. No, it's not artifacts, is it? It's. No. Yeah, here, look. And look, and as you increase them in level, you get more. So the artifacts themselves are a bit, they're okay and quite good for PvE, but your real bonus here is in picking up more of these catalysts. But what I would say is that there's a vastly increased amount of ways to get these catalysts nowadays, as we showed last time. Like if I go to Mirror Universe and go into here and go here, I'll do 2 and see what I'll probably get none now, but let's have a look what I get. So look, 1,675 catalysts from just that. So yes, getting more catalysts will allow you to be able to upgrade them, and catalyst is always a bottleneck. So they are decent to get if you can unlock them. Maybe that goes up as well. So I don't know what that goes up to. Maybe you get them to T4, T5, and you get an extra couple of hundred a day. And if you do them all at that, you get an extra 600 a day. This is compared to when you just used to tick along at 216 a day and never being able to upgrade them. So I think that's quite good. So unlocking these, if you've not in a free-to-play way, if you've not got them already, I think could be a good value, particularly if you're planning to upgrade them a bit. So let me have a quick look at what you actually get on them as well. Let's have a look what they're actually used for. So, these ones. So you get mitigation, hull health, piercing, and then extra damage against Q hostiles. Quite high, actually. Goes up quite high. So they're probably nice PvE, good secondary ones to get, and you also get extra things. So like, they are worth a shout to get. Absolutely. The Borg Alcove. I mean, the only thing I've seen this is good for is when Red absolutely smashed. I mean, Redness is on our server. He absolutely smashed the heavy hitter because he was getting this increased critical damage on that. But that would just more the fact that he grinded the hell out of it, to be honest with you as well. So it would help on that. But apart from that, you don't really need extra damage against Delta Quadrant hostile. You don't need extra hull on your Voyager. The rewards are decent, but even then, not that great. Although maybe hostile reward, all hostile rewards. It would be good to put on the grinding crews, but you probably get it really high to get on that. So it's not a bad one to get, but not really one I was that interested in. And these are the shield versions of the ones I mentioned before. So again, the shield and hull ones I quite like. You get 39. You could probably get a few levels on them, so you're getting a decent amount for what you actually spend on. So I think they're pretty good. And okay, and then you got your time crystal and then so these are like your PvP ones for your different factions, but you can unlock them for free already. You can unlock them for free in your refinery. Again, under where is it? It's nope, not artifacts. Yeah, there. So if you got the whip, you can refine your whip. You get these epic forbidden fragments. See what I get this time. Yeah, so I got 6 of them. See, I've got, and then if I wanted to, I've already unlocked my crystal one for the Klingon. But if let's say I wanted that follow-on thing, that red matter one, you see every day I can start using these up to get 5 of these. But it would be a way to speed up the process to get these. But I've already got one, so I've already got my Klingon one. I don't use anything but Klingon ships, so it's not worth it for me. But these are really good. That I have the crystal on my main ship here. Look, I've got it at tier 45, at level 45. I can actually upgrade it, I think, but I was waiting for an event. So I can now tier this up. Look, in fact, I can tier it up easily. But look at that percentage. Look. starting to drop now, so it's getting really hard to get it to max tiers. But you can see I've got 1000% extra damage against players, extra 2000 hull health, 400% damage when close, crit damage, brilliant. That goes with my gameplay. An extra 1600% against other players in a Klingon ship, which I am. So I want to keep trying to shift that up. So I would highly recommend working towards getting them, but there's another way to do that as opposed to using your alliance tournament credits. So yeah, but you know, when I were like 10 short on that, I like, come on. I click my whip refinery. I'm like, have I got any more epic things I can use? Oh no, I'm 4 short. I'm 3 short. Then if you were like that and you were close to completing it, you could come in here, couldn't you, and say, bang, 880 gets me 6. I'm done. So like you could certainly fast track your way to getting them particular ones, and they are really really good. So if you've not got it all already, these forbidden techs, then I would say trying to get them, and all the techniques I've shown before about getting the catalysts, make sure you're doing that because you really need a good stock of them. What we got here? Oh, that Talker's isolated weapon, cascade damage versus Gordon Hunters. I don't really need that because I can kill them without it. More health, isolated defense against hostiles, and extra hostile. So again, maybe to go on a PvE crew. But I personally don't need it because there's nothing I can't kill at the moment. But maybe when I get into G6 world and I'm hitting higher low to mid 60 hostiles, these sort of PvE forbidden techs might be more useful for me. But for now, no, I'm not interested. Okay, so that's a live tournament. So let's have a quick look at what High would do because I've still got a couple of daily attempts here. So you can see here, look, multiphasic credits, 17,000. So how do we get multiphasic credits? You buy a pack. 225,000 Syndicate XP. How do you get that much Syndicate XP? You buy a pack. Acquire 6,000 uncommon. So acquire uncommon export credits. Now maybe, let me have a look. Can we complete that one? Because this is the one that people are saying you could maybe complete. But I'm not sure. 6,000 a lot. So how do I acquire? I go to the NX01. Could you possibly get 6,000? No, you're not. You're going to get 610 if you went safe. And you'd have to have a really good roll, lucky roll on that one. And how about on these? Now maybe if you've got these saved, I don't know, because they're just, so these, there's no uncommon on that. So I wonder whether trade down works. So because I think you can trade them down. So it's probably someone's probably rotated this one out. But if I go to here, I'm sure you can trade down. Look, so but you can't because you can only trade down once. And I think I've done that to complete that already. Maybe like a lower version of that. So I think you trade down your epics to get some. I don't know. You see uncommon. Now you trade down your rares to get uncommon. So 3 is going to get me 1,000, maybe 1,600. So that's going to get me 1,600. Let's see if it's still there. Oh no, look, 6,000. So you just can't get it, can you? Without buying, doing the pack, you're just not going to be able to get 6,000. So you just can't do that one. And 220. So again, these 3, we just can't do. Now, this is a spend 1,200 rare FKR. So as a 4K, That's not too bad, but can I don't know if I've got enough, so let me put on, so swap ship, I'll go my NX01. You have so many ships now. I wish it needs a type, like a little thing, so you can type it in and then it brings up the ship that you want. I've got too many ships now. So I'll sign that. Just, I don't care what crew I've got on. I just want to see if I've got enough. So let's go to kill ROMs. Right down here. They normally got rares in here. In here. Can reach that. Set course. Stop. Have a quick peek in. In case you didn't know, if you've not got the NX01, its ability is to look in deep space zones, so you don't need to do it. Armada. So I've got 1,774. And how much do I need to spend? 1,200. So I can do that one. But I want to try and get the 10Ks. But remember when I told you about before, the ones possible to do. So, you know, I'm actually running quite low because I've run loads of Armadas recently. I'll stop back up soon. But that's an example of one that I can now do. But I can't do these three. So, again, what I need to do, click on that, take it out, take it out, take it out. And then we'll have a look to see what drops in. And see, like, look, I'm waiting now. You gotta wait, you gotta wait, you gotta wait. And sometimes I think, is this actually working? So I'll like go away to there and come back again. Still not in. So these look spend, I mean, but they're so low. I would never even want to bother just doing. I could easily complete these. But you can see how slow it is, look, for the screen to refresh. I'm just sat waiting for the 10K ones to come back in. So they're in. Mess hall, nope. Quantum communicators, no. Fusion rods, look, 120,000 forbidden tech fusion rods. It's just no. Look, why? Oh, that's because my I can't see in there anymore. That's fair enough. I'm sure that error could be better than that, by the way. I don't know why that error doesn't make any sense for me to that. So we can't do these, so roll that out. Roll that out. And this is it. I'll do this until these run out to see if I can get one that's 10K or 8K that I can. If I can't, I'll have to go and run some Armada directives. And if I run out of Armada directives, I'll have to just do some spend Xborg ones. So that's come back. Acquire it. You know, we know we can't do that. Nope. Acquire 1,500 uncommon Borg solo Armada. Now, see, if that was rare, I could do it. If that was epic, I could do it. But I can't get 1,500 uncommon because the only way to get uncommons is in your Borg tech. Let's see. I've got these open now. So if I acquire epic, so here what I want is acquire. See, you've got to do actually 3 chests because it says 500. So I want an acquire Borg solo Armada epic directives. But what it's asking for is uncommon, and you know I get rares from uncommon exchange. My epics from the rare. You don't get any from that. The only way you get uncommons is from here. So I can get 100. I can get 300. So you can't do the uncommon one without buying. Which I'm just not going to do here. So yeah, we know we can't get that. I know I can't get that. And now I know I can't get that. So again, remove, remove, remove. And eventually I'll run out of these and I'll just have to either go away and wait for everybody else to roll and see if anything drops in by luck, or I will have to just do lower ones. But really I want the 10k ones because they get you loads and loads of points for the store. You get your store loot, the maximum store loot, 4.5k for doing a 10k one. But it's just, so we got now war room, no chance, 11,000, 30,000 replicator rations, acquire 7,000 galactic recruits. No, so I can't do that. No, no, no. So we'll wait now. So can you, this is it. This is alliance tournaments. You know, there's no like, oh, you know, oh, that acquire 400 million catalysts has come up. You know, Sanchez, do you want to do that one? Because you say no, because I've got to buy a pack. So we all want the same 3 or 4. So it defeats purpose, really. The only time you would tell your alliance members is when something comes up that you know the easy one, but you're on a cooldown for it. So we got the epic FKR. Acquire, but see, that's acquire FKR. And I've got to get 1,600. Right, and you can't get that many uncommon formation armorders. Now, I don't think you can get that many epic FKRs. You just can't do it, because if you go into here, you get there. Oh, more compensation. What we got? Seal of Kotal. I'll have a look, see if I can use that. 612. I wonder whether that would have counted towards an alliance event. Maybe that would have worked. I think it wanted like 10,000 anyway, didn't it? So anyway, you get them if you go to its alliances. Yeah, see, I'm not on cooldown anyway, but if I were, you get them in here, but you don't get nowhere near enough. See, my uncommons are on cooldown to get rares, but they're like 1, 2, 3, 10. So there might be like acquire 1,000 armor directors or 2,000 rare armor FKRs, and you've just no chance. At the best here, look, I'm going to get like 100 rare. So again, that's just another one that unless you're buying, you can't do. So it's just a waste of time. So can't do that one, can't do that one, can't do that one. So again, roll them out, and eventually I'm going to run out of these re-rolls. So I'm just stuck waiting now to see if what I really wanted, that Borg. So they're in now. Proto Matter can't do, Ciphers can't do, Forbidden Tech can't do. Roll, roll, and roll. What comes up next? But like, see, that's it. I'm done now. I ain't got any. So regardless of what happened now, I just need to hang about to get open to God that someone else says, "Oh, a 10k dropped in, Joe. Do you want to do it?" Or I'll just do some other ones. Now they've added in these like Zindi ones. Look, oh yeah, but you can now grind 400 points. You know, you've now got a grind event. Yeah, but for 1,500 points. They need to be adding in 4, 6, 8, 10k pointers for grinding. No, no, no. So I say I'm done now. So I mean, what I'm going to do is, because it's not till like 5 o'clock my time tomorrow that this whole 17 hours till this refreshes. So I'm going to keep an eye on this, see if the one that I want drops in and other people have got it on cooldown and someone says, "Oh Joe, the acquire Borg epic has come up," and then I'll grab it. And then if it gets to within like an hour of the refresh where the daily attempts will do, I'll do like a rare FKR and spend Xbox, something that I know I can easily do, or spend ultra recruit tokens. So I'll have to drop down to a 1500, 2000 one. But there you go. You can see that's Alliance events in a nutshell. It's a bit frustrating, really. So like I've used it unless I've got some that I can use, but I think that's on cooldown as well. Yeah, so I got another wait for that. So unless now other people refresh them, that was my RNG. That was my RNG go for now. You can see it doesn't look like people are refreshing these, so I was the only one who's been doing it. Now see that 6-star materials. I don't know, maybe the other way that G6 could potentially get that free to play. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know how easy that G6 Uncommon Crystal comes, but maybe that is just part of the pack as well. Or maybe they can use what they're called, what they're called. Maybe they can use multiphasics in these packs, and it'll give you G6. So maybe there is a way to complete them G6 ones. So I don't tend to roll them ones out. But yeah, see, look, no one's updating these now. So I either sit here forever looking at it, or say, well, that's it. That's pretty much me done for the day, and I'll go about my normal business and then keep checking back in every now and again to see if anything comes in. Look, so someone's got that. Oh no, they've not took it. Someone's took something. It just refreshed and one dropped off. So yeah, 4 out of 10 for the actual RNG feature aspect to getting tasks. 3 out of 10 for the tasks themselves. 7 out of 10 for me in terms of like at least getting engagement and people active and playing. Maybe 9 out of 10 for the store, because I think it's pretty good. But it's just a pain to get to get them in the first place. Okay, so that's Alliance events. I think we've been through almost everything we can do about Alliance events. There was a couple of extra things I wanted to show actually. Let me go here. Nothing to do with Alliance events. But I added in because we did Q hostiles last time, didn't we? Yeah, Q hostiles. So like I kind of I added this in, and we've tested this, haven't we, about Pipe Maroi data, and it means you can absolutely use massive crit damage to smash through the Q hostiles. And that works quite well, and it'll get you really high up and really far along like the 4-star event ones. But eventually, your G5 rare or G5 uncommon, whatever you're using, will hit a wall. I'm on like a 45 billion one now, and I'm almost killing it, but can't quite kill it. So I either need to upgrade this, which I don't want to do, my Sonpek, or wait till I get my G5 Epic Interceptor, which then will win it easy. But there is a Janeway special you can do. So if you've got Fleet Commander Janeway, you can power up Repression, which decreases the opponent's base damage in Q trials. And you can get these up to like, 12 plus around these marks. And then you need to figure out whether that hostile is energy or kinetic. And then you pull out the old school crews, Pai, Maro, Chen, which reduces energy damage. Or you could use Pai, Maro, Tilan, or Pai, Kaf, and Tilan to reduce kinetic damage. And when you do that in combination with Janeway, you reduce the energy or kinetic damage to 0. So every time they shoot, they just fire 0 damage. So as long as you can kill it within 100 rounds, you win, no matter how big it is. It seems quite simple if you think about it. You just need to make sure that you've got Janeway, but the watch outs are, you got to, you might go in with Chen and realise that it's mostly with kinetic, and then you're going to blow up. You might find that it does kinetic and energy, in which case you've got to find out which one's the most dominant and then go with that one and hope you can kill it in time. So the ones that do both. But from what I've heard, the hostiles do tend to just do either kinetic or energy. But that could be wrong. I don't know, because I've not tried it because I've not got Janeway. But I wanted to share it with people because in theory it works. You just zero the Q hostile damage, and then you just kill it because it's always hitting 0, 0, 0. So no matter how hard it hits you, you always reduce it to 0 damage. And obviously, if you got a point where you're zeroing the crits, then obviously if you come up against one that's both energy and kinetic, then if it hits, let's say you're crewed for energy, but it hits you with kinetic, then if you're zeroing crits, if it hits you with crit kinetic, then you zero that. So it helps on the multi-damage ships, in theory. Another thing is, I think that repression tree is quite far down the tree. So where is it? Repression. I think it's down here somewhere. Yeah, so it's second. So I think once you get to command center 50, you can get this to 14. Because let me have a look. Because I've got on this row, I think you can get to 14. So let me have a look on one where I've definitely took it down. So let's go to say Kirk. Yeah, so you can take them. Oh, but maybe not. Yeah, that's just because I've not leveled it. Let me do another one. Maybe Lorca. Oh no, I ain't got enough on him, have I? Cootus. Yeah, no, so 14. So 14 on this row. So you got to get command center 60 to get to 15, but you can get to 14 if you command center 50, which is pretty good. So that means if we go back to this, you'll be able to get to 16%, which I think is probably enough to work with these two. So if you command center 50, you got Janeway, get repression to 14, figure out whether it's kinetic or energy, stick this crew on, go and hit it. And in theory, it should just do 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 damage all the time in the log, and you just trundle away, do some damage on it, and kill it. Maybe below deck put, ISO damage so you can get through their shields. Maybe put, your morale burning hull breach so you're working in conjunction with the research from here. So now, I mean, if you missed it last time, the Nova Squadron now, you can get ISO damage from burning, morale, and hull breach. So in time, if you increase these three in hostiles or armadas only, not in PvP, you stick your Torres, Neelix, and Kim below decks and get an extra, well, once these are all maxed, 20, 40, 60% extra ISO damage. And obviously, if you get some of these other cool things, you're going to get crit reduction for PvP. You're going to get shield repair, so that's working like a Cerrito. So you're going to get temp or Bev, because she does shield repair for you every round. So you get an extra 10% shield repair every round, which is really big in it's just really, really effective. It's like having extra boost to your Cerrito. So anyway, the point being on them, if you're even though this crew's probably not doing much damage. If you got ISO damage from your below decks, then you know you got your crit damage. You've got you there, so you're still going to do big crit shots, and you're just taking zero damage. So you should just be able to definitely kill it before 100 rounds. And that's it. So if anyone's done that, I'd be interested to get some logs and to see some screenshots of it, because that is the principle of how that works. Yeah, so I've covered how long I've been going, about an hour and a bit. Not going to be on too long tonight. I covered what I wanted to do. I've got going to do like a newbie's tips on Frostpunk 2, because I did like my day one of it last Friday. I've kind of almost completed the campaign on Frostpunk 2, so I've learnt things how to, so I'll do like a bit of a review of that tomorrow and post that up on YouTube, but it'll be on the stream anyway. And then I'm going to come on again Sunday night. I hope. I've had to bomb off the last 2 Sundays because I've been really busy or ill, but self-inflicted ill, as in from drink. So, but I'm having a pretty easy weekend this weekend with the family. So, like, I plan to come on Sunday and eventually do a bit of the PvP stuff. But I do want to wait until Red's back to do that with him as well, because he wants to do some testing with me. So I might do some PvP theory on crews on Sunday, and we'll also see what else comes out. Tell you what I might do just before we go. Let's have one more go at that latest Q hostile. See what I can change. So I need these. I've actually since got BLT to 100% now. Look, 100% hull breach. So that's guaranteed hull breach. I need you. That's giving me extra ISO damage. That's extra crit damage. Could I change anything? Would Tom make a difference? I don't think it will, because I need to blow them out really quickly. Blow them out, not off. So maybe Odo for the ISO. I think the ISO damage is going to be better. So we're going to go with that. Stick with that. We will take that out, and then we'll go for my buffs, which is Titan. We'll do a max 45, and then we'll do a Cerrito buff. But it keeps killing me, this. But is there any other? Let's put a bit. We put out on here. We'll give it one more go while people are on. Maybe you're going to be our lucky charms. I had all the bad RNG luck on the incursions where I got nothing. So let's put on a combat one for extra explorer damage. And let's put another explorer damage one on. I mean, this is just so little. But I've probably got loads of them. I've got another explorer damage. 80%. Let's just put that on. Why not? 10k XGO ball credit task up. What's up? Let's have a look. Yeah, but I don't think it is. I'm not too sure you can get 6,000 of them. I'm not too sure you can get 6k. Not unless you've got a massive stack of these, but even then, it's easily, you definitely can't get them because they're rare and epic. So I'll be able to get 2 of them once I just do these. We'll just have a explore that, see what people say. Maybe Rigs knows a way we can do that. I can add it in. Collect these while I'm here. See what he says. So we can do the trade down. I know we can do the trade down there to get 1,500, but that's still nowhere near enough. There's no more in this lot. So I get 1,500. Then in the NX01, we can get, yeah, no chance. I'm going to say, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just saying I could spend 6 here, but I just can't acquire. And no one's moved them out yet, so it's still what it is. That's still there though. I can do that one. Eventually I'll have to drop and do that one. Yeah, agree. Agree, mister. I agree, there's no goods up there at the moment. Okay, so I'll put the buffs on. Yeah. Yeah, but there's... Maybe not. Yeah, I know. It seems people get frustrated, you see. They just keep getting the same pay-to-win tasks over and over again. It's a bit counterproductive for people wanting to do this, but... Right, so we'll let's just check to make sure I've got right crew on. Yeah. So we're now gonna max 45. We'll now stick that on. Right, so then we will. It's a 4-star interceptor in it. Feed to the one, 40 billion to keep dying to it. Try again, retry, locate, send. Oh, so maybe it is an opportunity chips. I just don't have enough of them. So maybe if I figure out a way to get them, more of them, I could do that. Yeah. So maybe can get them opportunity chips if we work on them. Right, so I'm here. Lorca's Fist. Right, is there anything else I can do? No, I think that's it. I'm fully buffed. So this has just kept killing me just every single time. But no, I've not done it because I would have got some sort of... Yes, he's killed me again. So let's have a look, see how close I got. Oh, you have got to be shitting me. Look at that. Oh. 113 million it's got left. Out of 22 billion. Oh my god. That is... I am not having good RNG today in this stream. Unbelievable. It all crits though, look. And then it killed me there, look. So, crit, 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 crit. Crit, 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 crit. And I add Bellana, yeah, obviously. So so what did this do? That didn't get. Normally I zero their crits, but it didn't do any crits. It did one crit there, look. After it were when I were already dead. So if this would have done one crit at all in any of them, then I would have beat it. I cannot believe I got it to 113 million hull health. Well, I'll try again tomorrow. That is unbelievable, isn't it? Alright, well, on that bombshell, I think we'll call it a day on that one. But thank you everybody for watching in. I will have this up on YouTube, and I might go and get myself a cheeky beer and watch a bit of television with my wife now. So, cheers all. I enjoyed going through that on the Alliance stuff. Learned a few things myself, and hopefully you all enjoyed it. I'll get the version. I'll have the new version of this up pretty soon. So all this extra information will be posted up on Discord. You'll probably see on the Talking Trek one. There's like a room in there for content creators. I guess I am a content creator. I don't really see myself fully as that, but I guess this is content, and it's useful for the community. So this will be turned into a PDF, and it'll be as a version 2 and be stuck up there probably Sunday. I just want to add some more stuff to it, and then I'll get it up. So yeah, that's it. Cheers all. Have a good weekend.